And now Dan sits down in the sleepy seat. Oh, he's asleep. SportsCenter with Jay and Dan, brought to you by McDonald's. We are mailing this one in, as we always do our final show of the week. We put in very little effort. We barely even get dressed in suits. And here we are. We did get dressed in suits. And it's time to begin Week 5 of the National Football League with a rematch of Super Bowl 52, sort of a rematch, at least a quarterback rematch.
This was a battle of a couple of 3-1 teams, and it went down to the wire.
Yeah.
It was sloppy at times.
Yeah. Weird ending.
Yeah,
Very
I'd say
strange.
It's the Bucs. It's the Bears. Nick Foles making his second consecutive start for Chicago after taking over for Mitch Trubisky first quarter. Foles looking for Allen Robinson downfield. And Allen Robinson does not get, no, that's Carlton Davis who gets it. Brings it back 34 yards for the Bucs. Foles 0-5 in his last 5 games as a starter. Tom Brady, undefeated in his last 5 rematches against quarterbacks that beat him in the playoffs. Ensuing drive, Brady to Mike Evans. It's almost automatic when they're there. It actually is. Brady 5 for 5 with the 5 touchdowns when passing to Evans in the red zone this season. Evans, the first player in Bucs history to record a receiving touchdown in each of the team's first 5 games. In the second, Foles downfield. Darnell Mooney. Ooh, hideous. After the Bears brought things to within a score on a rushing touchdown, Kyle Fuller runs over Keyshawn Vaughn. Ball's loose. It's actually called an incomplete pass on the field. They reviewed it. Let's take a peek here. I want a closer look. Oh, yeah. It's ruled a fumble. So the Bears, great field position late in the half. Jimmy Graham. First time I saw it, I didn't realize how great a catch that was. Joe Buck on the call. One-handed. Bears with 2 touchdowns in a minute and 12 seconds. They take the lead going into the half. Third quarter. So the Bucs regain the lead with a field goal. Brady looking for Evans deep. And can't find it. Play blown dead on drive plagued by offensive penalties. Brady livid with his offense. Livid. Final minute of the fourth. Bucs down 1, facing 3rd and 5. Brady looking for Rob Gronkowski, and he can't haul it in. 4th and 5, last chance for Brady and the Bucs. And his pass is incomplete. Bucs turn it over on downs. Brady, confused, he's like, wait, that was only 3rd down. No, that was 4th. Confirming with the officials before taking his frustrations out on the tablet on the sidelines. All his teammates backed him up. His coach backed him up, said, oh, we knew it. We knew what was going on. I'm not sure about that. Foles beats Brady again, his first win as a starter since 2018. The Bears are 4-1. Tom Brady loses for the first time in 6 all-time meetings against the Bears. Well, this was the Bears' 4th win of the season. 3 of them have been double-digit comeback victories.
As Dan mentioned on this show yesterday, Dodgers play-by-play man Joe Davis had this to say about LA's drama-filled Game 2 win over the Padres. That was such a fun baseball game. Represented everything wonderful about the game in 2020. And who could argue with a guy who has chosen to replace the legendary Vince Scully, unless, of course, you're a Padres fan. Game 3, Cody Bellinger, who robbed Fernando Tatis Jr. of a home run in Game 2, throws salt in the wound on Thursday.
Well, it's going to be up to John Peterson now, and there were some that were...
Padres up 2-1. Bases loaded for Tatis Jr. Swing and a miss. Inning over. Top 3 more fun with Tatis. Mookie Betts gives him a little jab. They like him. Corey Seager at the dish. Liner. Tatis lays out the throw. A tough one for Eric Hosmer. Betts is going to score the tying run. Tatis charged with the error. Only had 2 throwing errors all season. That was a tough one. Still nobody out. And it's time for my favorite Doyer, Justin Turner. RBI single scores the go-ahead run. Turner passing Steve Garvey for most postseason hits by a Dodger with 64. Can you believe that? LA scores 5 in the inning in complete control.
His 64th postseason hit.
Rays, Yankees. Tampa can close it out. They're up 2-1. Luke Voigt giving Yanks radio announcer John Sterling a chance to broaden your vocabulary.
And the pitch is swung on and hit in the air to deep left. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone into the second deck. Oh, that Voigt is adroit. Voigt hits one to Detroit.
See, he used adroit because it rhymes with Voigt. Adroit is an adjective meaning clever or skillful in using the hands or mind. A word we've never used until now on this show. Voigt with his first homer of the postseason. Bottom 6. Yanks up 2 on Sterling. On the go.
And hit in the air to left field and deep, and it is gone into the Western Metal building in left field. It's a 2-run home run for Gleyber Torres. It's Gleyber Day. And like a good Gleyber, Torres is there.
Love it. Torres second of the playoffs. Top balcony of the Western Metal building. Yanks up 4-1. Top 8. Aroldis Chapman in for the 4-out save. Facing red-hot Randy Arozarena. Looking for his first hit of the night. The man on, Chapman, hits 101 on the gun. Arozarena can't catch up. First time this postseason he's been held without a hit as the Yankees win, and they will play a deciding Game 5. Hey, are the Houston Astros good again? Even without cheating? The Garbage Pail Kids, a team that had lost only 1 game in this postseason, a win away from the ALCS. What is happening? It's Game 4. Zach Greinke getting the start. A scratch from Game 3 with right arm soreness. Rowan Laureano didn't care, saying he's just another guy in the mound. Laureano up with 2 on in the second. Greinke's not getting the sign he wants from Martin Maldonado, so he says, I'm calling the pitch. And then leaves a slider over the plate for Laureano. First of 2 home runs, Laureano hit off Greinke in the game. And this is the second time this week we've used this, the TSN turning point. We went like 5 years without using it.
Finally, we dusted it off.
Matt Olson. Okay, lifts it to right. Josh Reddick at the wall. What a catch! Robbing Olson of a home run. So the Astros would have been down a lot more, but they're still down 3-0. Oakland's dugout in disbelief. Bottom half. 1 on for Michael Brantley. And this is a laser. Houston looking to make it to a 4th straight ALCS. 3 batters later. Carlos Correa with a pair on. I've said it all playoffs. I'll say it again. The ball is juiced. Correa caps off a 5-run inning with a 3-run shot. A combined 24 home runs in the series. That's a new ALDS record. The Astros advance.
Could the Braves advance? Against the Marlins before the game, Fox Sports Braves Twitter account posted a video in which they thought Freddie Freeman was blowing a kiss to his wife, Chelsea. But then Chelsea Freeman posted this screenshot of her text conversation with Freddie. And Freddie pointed out that he was actually waving at A.J. Pierzynski. A.J. Pierzynski. And she says, OMG, I just watched the video. Laughing, crying emojis. And then Freddie put some laughing, crying emojis. And that's what makes a great marriage. Laughing, crying emojis. Atlanta trying to wave goodbye to the Marlins, leading the series 2-0. Top 4 already up 4-0. Freeman to center. Magneuris Sierra has trouble with it, and Ronald Acuna Jr. is going to score, and it's 5-0 Braves. Braves came into this one with 3 shutouts in their first 4 games of the postseason, something only 2 other teams had ever done. Bottom 5, Braves are up 7-zip. Jesus Aguilar goes down swinging. And then in the bottom of the 9th, the shutout still intact. Runner at second, 2 down. Matt Joyce rips this one to right. Christian Pache with the catch. Atlanta, 4th shutout, 5 postseason games. They advance to the first NL Championship Series in 19 years.
It was a gong show Thursday in the lead up to Friday's free agent frenzy. The draft and free agency in the same week during a pandemic. To be an NHL GM right now. Now you're supposed to shake no.
Oh, no?
You're supposed to go no. There we go. We should have rehearsed. 18 moves from a Justin Williams retirement. Yep, Mr. Game 7, 1,200 games played, walking away with 3 cups. There was also a couple trades, some buyouts, and extensions.
2 days after trading for Josh Anderson, the Montreal Canadiens locked him up with a shockingly long 7-year, $38.5 million contract. The 26-year-old will have a cap hit of about $5.5 million per season. Anderson missed most of the season after undergoing shoulder surgery. So there you go.
That was quick.
I think the term surprised a lot of people. 7 years. A lot of people comparing the deal to Tom Wilson's deal in Washington. Includes an 8-team no trade for years 2, 3, and 4, and then a 5-team no trade for years 5, 6, and 7.
The Ottawa Senators have acquired defenseman Eric Goodbranson from the Anaheim Ducks in exchange for a 5th-round draft pick in 2021. Originally selected 3rd overall by the Florida Panthers back in 2010, the Ottawa native registered 4 goals and 5 assists, splitting time between the Ducks and the Pens last season. So he's going home.
He's going home. Lots of fun. Big boy. Right, he's a big boy. 581 career penalty minutes. 1 year left on his deal. Carries a $4 million cap hit. Speaking of the Sens, Dan, Matt Murray spoke with the media Thursday for the first time since he was acquired by the Sens. He's a restricted free agent. He was asked if he plans to stay in his new home, the nation's capital, for a little while.
I hope we can work out something here soon, and I hope to be there for years to come. And what we look to accomplish, obviously, it's just about building towards becoming a Stanley Cup team. I see a team that's headed in the right direction and heading there, pretty quickly. Especially, I paid a little bit of attention to what happened at the draft there a couple nights ago and yesterday, I guess it was. And this is a young team, stacked with talent and heading in absolutely the right direction, and a team that I think anybody would be excited to be a part of.
Dare I say, the cloud that was hanging over the Sens has been lifted.
A little. I think you're absolutely right about that.
The cloud doesn't get lifted. The cloud would just move.
The cloud parts or something.
Or blows.
Either way, Sens fans got to be feeling a little bit better about their team right now. And as Jamie McLennan said on the show yesterday, he's only 26 years old. He's got 2 cups. He's got time to get his game back in order because his save percentage did dip below 900 last season in 38 starts.
You know who's the happiest?
Who's coming? Who else is coming back to the league?
I was going to say, who's the happiest with the Sens? Margaret O'Toole.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Your cousin.
Yes.
Yes, I was so confused.
It is our last show. Jesse Puljujarvi spoke with the media Thursday about coming back to Edmonton after signing a 2-year deal.
1 year, 1.5 year here, get me more confidence, and I feel like I'm growing up per person and player a lot, and I feels like I'm ready to get the new step for the NHL. I feel like it's gonna be like new start, and I feel like I grew up for the person and for the player. So it's really exciting to be back there. I'm waiting.
Yes, yeah. Clean the lens.
This is exciting, I think, for Oiler fans because the deal is a good one for the team for sure. The cap hit of $1.175 million in each season.
Dare I say, the cloud that was over the... Well, there wasn't a cloud over that. It was just confusion.
After that wild card round exit against Chicago, there was a small cloud. It was a tiny cloud. Hey, the Devils have acquired defenseman Ryan Murray, the native of White City, Saskatchewan, from the Blue Jackets for a 2021 5th-rounder. The former 2nd overall pick, 2 goals, 7 assists in 29 games for Columbus last season, had 1 more year left on his contract at a $4.6 million cap hit. No salary retained. Jersey picks up the full tab. This is a player who is one of the greatest skaters in the entire league, but just cannot stay healthy.
So we recapped a lot. That was a lot.
That was a lot to get to.
As I mentioned,
And,
18 transactions taking place on Thursday. Mr. Game 7 retiring.
Yeah, Justin Williams.
Who Delivered, brought to you by McDelivery. Carlos Correa definitely delivered. Hit a go-ahead 3-run homer, leading the Astros to win over the Oakland A's to clinch their AL Division Series in 4 games. The ball just flying out of Dodger Stadium as the Astros go into the AL Championship Series for the 4th consecutive season.
I just love it.
It's so weird. Hey, Game 5 of the NBA Finals between the Lakers and Heat tips off Friday. LA just 1 win away from the franchise's 17th title. LeBron closing in on his 4th ring. When he's had a chance to close out the series, LeBron's teams have won 16 of their last 17 games.
It's just who I am. It's just the way I prepare my mind, prepare my body, prepare for the moment. And just having that desperation coming into a closeout game. What I've learned being a Laker is that the Laker faithful don't give a damn what you've done before. Until you become a Laker, you got to do it with them as well. So they don't care about your resume at all until you become a Laker, and then you got to do it as a Laker, and then they'll respect you.
I think this is just a step in the process to getting where we want to get to. But like I said, we're all in it. We're all here, mentally, physically. We're all wanting to get this thing done. We all believe that we can get this thing done. So ain't nobody going home yet. We're still here.
LeBron looking to close it out. He's been nothing but all business the entire time in the bubble. We've got the game for you. What a way to spend a Friday night.
A whole bunch of good stuff.
Canada's sports leader.
And Motoring 2021. It's all here. So
NBA.
lock it on. Oh, yeah, the NBA
Final
Game 5 on Friday night. LeBron could win his 4th title. Anthony Davis could win his 1st. We'll just put this all here.
Big day.
Coronavirus continues to cause delays in the National Football League schedule. The Patriots and Broncos game scheduled for Sunday has been moved to Monday. Kickoff set at 5 p.m. That'll be right here on TSN. The Patriots have been preparing for the game virtually, have not been able to use their practice facility the last 2 days after 3 of their players tested positive for COVID-19.
There's nothing more important than the health of the team. I mean, without a healthy team, you don't have a team. So that's priority number 1. And I'd say not only for our team, but also for their families and people that are close to them. So that's always our number 1 concern.
Now, the Titans and Bills were scheduled to meet Sunday, but that game's been moved to Tuesday after the Titans had 2 more players test positive for COVID on Thursday. Tennessee now has 23 positive tests since September the 24th. The Bills-Chiefs game is being switched from next Thursday to next Sunday, but will go back if there are more positive tests in Tennessee. Mike Garafolo.
NFL Network star reporter Mike Garafolo.
There isn't a nicer guy on the planet than our NFL insider Mike Garafolo. He's always calm, he never panics. It's the NFL Network's Mike Garafolo. Mike, information has come out this week about a league-prohibited practice that the Titans held last Wednesday. We're hearing a potential of historic discipline. What's the latest as the NFL looks into that situation?
Well, look, there's 2 things at play here. There's the team discipline for not following the protocols inside the building, and then you've got potential player discipline for holding these workouts away from the facility when they were told not to do that. Now, that investigation is ongoing, and I'm told that players were interviewed on Thursday and asked about those workouts. And really the question here and the connection that the league and the NFLPA are wondering if there is to be made is, did the team encourage these workouts? If so, then that's going to add to the punishment. And I do believe there's already punishment coming for not following the protocols inside the building, but that would add to the punishment. But if it's just players alone, then the players would be punished. They'd be fined individually for those workouts. The team wouldn't be held accountable. But boy, I'm telling you, if they can find that connection, then that would be something that the league would not look kindly upon.
Yeah, they've already had one game postponed, another's been moved. So around the league, what's the reaction to all this happening?
A lot of anger, because there's a lot of teams out there that are following the protocols to the letter of the law. And let's use the Atlanta Falcons as an example. They had one player test positive, and then that was it, because the protocols are supposed to keep the infections in place and stop the spread of it. So even in New England, it's looking like maybe that's going to be contained to just a few players. But in Tennessee, it's spread because those protocols were not followed as closely. So now these other teams are having their schedules affected, and now they're really upset with the Titans for not following the protocols, because now multiple games involving Tennessee have been altered from when they were originally supposed to be played, and now it's affecting teams that aren't even involved, because now they're going to have shorter weeks because of this.
Mike, how does the loss of Tyron Smith affect the Dallas Cowboys moving forward?
Greatly, and after I reported along with my colleague Jane Slater on Thursday that Smith, the left tackle, was potentially going to miss the entire season because he keeps having these recurring stingers. See, you can get a stinger in your neck, and that's okay. You can come back from that, get the sensation back. But when you start to have repeat issues, it's because of a neck and spinal issue, and that's what's going on with Tyron Smith. I had one GM reach out to me and say, is this legit? I said, of course it's legit. I reported it. He said, well, that's a big loss for the Cowboys. That one injury for them has the impact of all our injuries combined. And by the way, this GM and his team, they are pretty banged up right now. So that tells you the importance of Tyron Smith to a Cowboys team that's already struggling.
He is a man that will be watching his Flyers on Free Agent Frenzy on Friday. He is Mike Garafolo.
I'm tuning in, boys. Let's go. Let's get frenzied.
I feel like they buried the lead there. Bufflin got a free lunch.
Exactly.
Free Agent Frenzy, TSN's 1 and 4 beginning 11 a.m. Eastern Friday morning. You know, there's going to be a lot of signings and transactions. You just heard the guys talk about it. So use extra caution, as always, on Twitter. We want to make sure you're getting your information from only the most reputable insiders.
This NHL free agent season, if you want to keep up to date, then you need to follow TSN's NHL Insiders for up-to-the-minute news. But if you want the crazy news, then you need to follow fake TSN Insiders. Only fake TSN Insider accounts give you the Twitter hockey news that makes you go, wait, what? Like when Pierre LeBum tweets, Alex Pietrangelo closing in on contract with the Seattle Kraken. Or Bob McCornsey claims Edmonton is trading Connor McDavid for cash considerations. And when Darren Drager reports your favorite team is getting the best player, and that's for real, dude. Fake insider accounts are run by pros who are experts in starting a Twitter account and slightly tweaking a name. John Lute, James Duffy, Ray Ferrarzero, and Dan O'Fool. All the fake personalities are here with the hottest news that looks like it was reported in a fever dream. Fake TSN Insiders. Apparently you can make this stuff up.
I like that. Coast to Coast Monopoly game at McDonald's is back.
That's right, Dan. From now until November the 9th, 2020, Monopoly will be available for Canadians to play with a 1 in 5 chance to win.
A guest can peel and reveal for a chance to win amazing prizes, or guests can peel and collect all the game stamps in a property set on their game board for a chance to win amazing prizes. Head on in for your chance to win. So it's all places from around Canada. We've been getting our stamps here all week. I've got Peggy's Cove. Oh, and beautiful Peggy's Cove.
I finally remembered my glasses, so
and,
I can...
Lake Athabasca.
What? That's nowhere near my hometown.
Yeah, he's from Athabasca, Alberta.
Okay, I got, I think I can see worse with these things. These aren't even real lenses. We'll get to this later. When we come back, it's the Jennies. That's it. That's the whole bumper. Okay, we got that one. I'm going to have to get one of our interns to read these for me. What? Jenny time. We're going to begin with the A's and Astros game number 4 of their Major League Baseball playoff series. Zach Greinke called his pitch there, and Ramon Laureano saw that. He said, "Oh, you're gonna throw that? I'm gonna hit it out."
KHL into a new season. This is Alexander Abstin. Nice goal. Alexander Abstin.
Back to the A's and Astros. Jose Altuve continuing his fine defensive play over the course of this postseason. Yes, Altuve. Yeah, he cheated a little. He's a good player.
Thursday nighter, Bucks Bears. Just a great catch by Jimmy Graham. Great throw by Nick Foles.
I had forgotten Jimmy Graham was with the Bears. I gotta be honest with you.
Yeah, that's 4 touchdowns this year for Graham. He had 5 touchdowns in 2 years with the Packers.
He has had a weird career. Back to the A's and Astros. Alex Bregman. This infield for Houston is still phenomenal defensively. Getting Laureano. Just getting them for the out.
And Braves and Marlins, Nick Markakis. Wasn't Markakis in the top 10? I think he made a catch in the I don't remember. That top 10 seems like 4 years ago.
Does seem like a long time ago.
That's snagged by Corey Dickerson. But 'tis 2020. Every minute feels like an hour.
That's true. Here's the good news, though. Just a couple minutes of commercials, and then we'll be right back here with the highlight of the night. It's the worst play of the day. Tom Brady, 4th and 5. Oh, there was a lot of other places he could have gone to make that first down. Whoops, he thought it was 3rd down. He thought it was 3rd down. He was going for it on 3rd down, but really it was 4th down. That's the worst play of the day from Brady. That's a Microsoft Surface that won't be able to be repaired.
Highlight of the night. This was also the TSN turning point of this game. Josh Reddick robs Matt Olson. See, that would have put the A's up 4-0. I don't think anyone was on there. And then the Astros came back and win it, and they move on. The Garbage Pail Kids. Do you remember Garbage Pail Kids?
Yeah, absolutely I do. I just love this story. I just think it's so funny. I don't know why I think it's so funny. I messed up, Dan. I know in insider trading you wanted me to nod my head no, shake my head no, but I nodded my head yes. And then I also brought my reading glasses, but they didn't work. I couldn't read in our coast-to-coast Monopoly game here at McDonald's. It's so much fun.
I mixed up Markakis and Moustakis. Moustakis was in the top 10, not Markakis.
I'll tell you what I'm excited about. Bloop Loops. Every week, our producer G-Bone puts together all the behind-the-scenes mistakes into one concise piece of video for everyone to enjoy.
It's a nice palate cleanser.
Absolutely. Good way to end the week. Have a great weekend, everyone.
See ya.
Okay. I've got... Oh, I should have worn my glasses. Oh, it's upside down.
I missed it. Darno? More like duh, yes.
Mistimed this celebration at the 2005 All-American Bowl. Bless you, Dan. Have you been tested?
Jay, you referred to Daniel Jones as Daniel Dones. That's a mixture of dimes and Jones.
Dan, what did you got a great reaction to this on Twitter?
What's that?
Oh, the fact that he... Never mind.
Oh, sorry. We are reaching a 2-year contract with $2.35 million. 22-year-old Finnish winger was Edmonton's first round.
Oops, Tim did it again.